தமிழக சட்டமன்ற கூட்டத்தொடரில் ஆளுநர் உரை நிகழ்த்தி வருகிறார். தொடர்ந்து பார்க்கலாம்.
Of the rural economy, greatly enhancing the share of the livestock sector in gross state domestic product. Today, 1,06,277 poor rural women have received 1,06,277 milch cows and 12,44,010 rural families have received 49,76,040 goats and sheep since 2011, and 3,60,620 families have received 1,09,40,500 birds in poultry units since 2018. The increase in the number of livestock has been backed by linkages to ensure enhanced and continued availability of fodder, feed, improved veterinary care, and substantial marketing arrangements. The government has established 3 more veterinary colleges at Thalaiwasal, Theni, and Udumalpet. The establishment of the Advanced Integrated Institute for Research in Livestock and Animal Sciences at Thalaiwasal, Salem district, which is a landmark achievement of this government, progressing rapidly, and the institute will be functional very soon. This government is fully committed to protect the traditional fishing rights of our fishermen in their historic fishing waters. This government strongly condemns the incident in which 4 fishermen of Tamil Nadu lost their life when a Sri Lankan naval vessel deliberately collided with their fishing vessel while the fishermen were engaged peacefully in fishing in their traditional waters. This government has announced a compensation of 10 lakh rupees for each deceased fisherman's family and a government-related job for a legal heir of the deceased fisherman. We have strongly urged the government of India to take up this issue with the Sri Lankan authorities. The government continues to take proactive measures to bring back the remaining 12 fishermen in Sri Lankan custody, promoting deep sea fishing to enable Tamil Nadu fishermen to take advantage of the exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles is an important priority. Deep sea fishing boats are currently under construction, and on-shore infrastructure including fishing harbors, fish landing centers, cold storage, marketing facilities are being rapidly developed. Fishing harbors at Thingapattinam at a cost of 97 crore rupees, Mukaiyu at a cost of 129 crore rupees, and Pumpuhar at a cost of 178 crore rupees, and a fish landing center at Kunthukal at a cost of 70 crore rupees have been completed. The construction of fishing harbors at Tiruvotriyur, Kuppam at a cost of 200 crore rupees, Tarangambadi at a cost of 120 crore, Vellapallam at a cost of 100 crore rupees, and at Mudunagar at a cost of 100 crore rupees is progressing rapidly. Financial support has been tied up to construct fishing harbor at Algan Kuppam, Alamparai Kuppam, and Arkotturai at a total cost of 385 crore rupees. The government has undertaken a number of measures to ensure the safety of fishermen in the deep sea. A seamless satellite-based communication system has been established with the assistance of ISRO. The Marine Enforcement Wing with 112 police personnel under the Department of Fisheries has been created. I am happy to inform the Sagas House that Tamil Nadu has implemented the One Nation, One Ration Card system, which will greatly benefit poor families who migrate in search of jobs, both within and outside the state, to draw their rations. As a measure of COVID relief, 19.95 lakh metric tons additional free rice was supplied to all ration card holders. All palm oil and sugar as per entitlement were also supplied free of cost to all ration card holders in the state from April 2020 to July 2020. State government took on an additional subsidy burden of 5,402 crore rupees for these measures. As you are well aware, Tamil Nadu is leading destination for investment. Out of the 304 memoranda of understanding signed in the Global Investors Meet 2019, 81 projects have commenced commercial production and 191 projects are at various stages of implementation. Since the Global Investors Meet 2019, Tamil Nadu has attracted investment into 149 more projects with a cumulative investment of 1,06,604 and 60 crore rupees, offering employment to 2,42,705 persons. I compliment the Honorable Chief Minister for this direct involvement and proactive efforts in attracting investment such a large scale even during the COVID-19 pandemic. To encourage investment in sunrise sectors, the government has announced an electric vehicle policy and an electronic hardware manufacturing policy, which are both proven to be attractive. The new India's industrial policy has been approved by the government and will be unveiled shortly, providing a further fillip to industrial growth. The micro, small and medium enterprises in Tamil Nadu are not only a nursery of entrepreneurship, but also provide employment to large numbers. Tamil Nadu had 23.6 lakh registered units with a total investment of 2,73,241 crore rupees, providing employment to 1.52 crore persons. The new MSME policy has been finalized after consultation with multiple stakeholders and will be released by the Honorable Chief Minister shortly in order to help MSMEs.
தமிழக சட்டமன்ற கூட்டத்தொடரில் ஆளுநர் பன்வாரிலால் புரோஹித் உரையாற்றி வருகிறார்.
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை தெரிந்து கொள்ள சன் நியூஸ் பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.